What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter from Panda here. We're going to take selfie sticks to a whole new level. Alright, I love selfie sticks. They are pretty useful. You do tend to look like a tourist when you're using them. The kind of little smaller pocket ones are crazy. But I found this. It's called the Vimble too, and I'm sure Vimble is some sort of play on Gimbal, because this is a 3-axis handheld stabilized selfie stick, and I didn't even know this existed. Comes in this foam box here and looks like just clamshells, I'm guessing. Maybe be hinged. Oh, it is. It's hinged. Crazy. And I have a stabilized handheld camera holder by DJI, and then I saw this and it looks just like it in many ways. I can tell you that the DJI Mobile is a little bit larger. I'd say maybe even a little bit heavier. So you get the selfie stick there. We also get a little box of cords. So it looks like charges on micro USB. Looks like we have a little lanyard put around your wrist. We also have a bunch of like micro USB connectors. There's a lightning one, and so I think this is probably for attaching your phone to the selfie stick so that you can control the functions with the controllers down here, I think. And then what I also really liked was the fact that they came with this Feiyu tech tripod. So you get this tripod, you little rubber feet on the base. It's plastic. No, you know, that might be aluminum. Jeez, it's hard to tell. It's pretty light, but either way, it's nice and solid. So you can screw this right into the bottom where you have a camera hole right there, kind of the standard 1/4 inch. Boom. And now you can use it like a tripod too, so that's pretty nice. And if you want to just leave it there, you're going on the trail or something like that, you can take it with you. All right, so, and you do have this for carrying around, which is actually kind of nice that they give this to you. It's meant to be more than just packing material. So let's take a closer look at this little bad boy. I'm going to take this out, and let's go through the device. You can see it swivels right there. Gray plastic. It also comes in black, but I want it in gray. Wide and towards. Button right there. Looks like we have the USB, micro USB port right under there. And then we have the power, as well as your shutter button, and a little joystick pad right there. Looks like we have a light. And then all this up here, all this gimbal, looks about the same. I actually like the fact that this does not line up with this. On my DJI Mobile, it does, and sometimes when you extend this arm out, you can see that. Right? Just kind of clicks in. But the problem is, on my Osmo Mobile, when you adjust it all the way out to balance a really large smartphone, what you get is this piece interferes with that, and this does not. It's clear as it, so that's actually pretty nice. We have a little rubberized pad on here so that you can butt up your phone, and then spring-loaded dual doors, rubber on the side and on the back. Yeah. Now, this is what I think is interesting about it. I'm not sure where it extends. Ooh, right there. Is we have, look at that, an extendable selfie stick in this little handheld. Now, it's not the longest thing. Probably adds, I'd say, about 9 inches of travel to it, but it does allow you to get a much wider shot, and that's really what matters. So, let me just see if I can power the sucker on here. There we go. And look at that. It's stabilized out there. And that's pretty cool. Now, it will, I think, oh, look at that. See? I can do that. So a couple of things that I want to demo here specifically. Now, a lot of people ask me when I show them my iPhone 6 Plus, they're like, dude, this guy's still rocking an iPhone 6. Well, I still have it. But this isn't what I use. I use the XS, but it's the exact same size, and my XS has a cover on it just like this. So I want to show you something. And the problem here is that, or the gimbal does balance the camera fine, but this is the widest these clamps open up, and so you can just barely get it in there. And you can see that, you know, with this arm pulled out as far as it'll go, won't go any further, that it's pretty well balanced. But I kind of wonder, the new iPhone is supposed to be larger, but I'm hoping that because it's an edge-to-edge screen, the footprint of it, the actual physical size isn't larger, because nothing bigger than this will get in there. So if you have a phablet I think like the Galaxy Note or something is a little larger. It's not going to fit in here. Now, the other thing I want to show you on the back here is that there's a little rubber cover on the top, and that's where we have that micro USB cover. So now I can take these little plugs like this and put it in here and then attach it to my phone. Now I want to show you something, and it's not a huge deal, but the problem is my lightning port is right there, and as you might be able to see there is very, very little space. Now they do give you a little 90-degree elbow, so if I put it in here, what I could probably do is kind of squeeze the phone out this way and have this plugged in there. But then it's going to unbalance it a little bit more. You know, the gimbal's gonna have to do a little bit more work. Now, the problem with that is that I actually thought, well, maybe if I switch it like this and I put the phone over here and then put the cable in back here, you can see it just makes it just long enough, which is nice. And because it's on the arm that's articulating, you don't have to worry about it getting stretched out. So that can work. But depending on the case you have, the power button and then the volume buttons are going to get hit. And so what I found is that it kept turning on my camera and turning it off, right? So I would not run it this way. And then if you do this, you're going to need to put on that plug first and then put it into the gimbal like this. Kind of gets a little hung up. Now it's kind of a low-tech way to get connecting. It's a kind of a low-tech way to get the connection between your phone and the Steadicam here, but it does work. I will say that I really don't think you need this. You know, for me, if I'm just going to turn it on and off, you know, shoot a stream of consciousness, then it's not a big deal. If you're going to walk around with this, maybe you're at a trade show or convention, yeah, you're probably going to want to have your finger controls down here, being able to use the shutter button. But that being said, that's just a kind of a detailed look at how it works with an oversized phablet. I don't know how well it'll work when it's all compact here, but you can see, man, look at that. It's tilting up and down, and it is moving it left and right. Look at that. That is pretty cool. So you've got control over this thing in a way that you wouldn't have on normal selfie sticks, but like I said, if you're walking and talking, this could be a great way to take some shots. Now, I'm getting a flashing red light here. I think this battery is dying, so I'm going to charge it up and then we will take it outside and demo it. All right, guys. So I'm too excited to wait to charge this fully up, but I wanted to try it out right now. And so I'm actually carrying it, walking around. You'll have to be the judge of how good you think the image stabilization is. Now, I'm just going to stop here a second and I'm going to swing the handle back and forth a little bit here. You can see my hand is tracking that handle, and I don't know, it's obviously a lot better than a lot of other selfie sticks. Now, I will say that when you are controlling it with the thumb pad, it's actually a little bit counterintuitive. You actually kind of push the thumb pad that way to get it to move this way, which I'm doing right now as I'm moving. And when you push it up, it kind of starts tilting down. So I don't know, you learn pretty quickly. It's a little bit of that Australian method. Now I've been cutting down a lot of branches here. So this is actually a tree that I cut up today to get rid of a bunch of stuff. Oh, I'm actually pretty impressed with this thing so far. And again, it's more about having the 3-axis stabilization in a selfie mode as opposed to just having it for shooting things. Now, what I really like about this is that you can actually use this just like any other Steadicam facing out and film whatever you want and maybe get some really good stabilization. I'm going low. Give you a low shot too. It's pretty cool. This thing's only like $79 too, which is pretty amazing. And for a handheld gimbal and a selfie stick, that's a pretty amazing deal. About 20 bucks cheaper than the Osmo Mobile anyway. Hey, link is in the description below. Peter from Panda. Out.